Everybody, Mega Ruler 31 back here for FSI DFS. 6-game slate for Thursday, May 5th. This slate, not super excited about, not some great options. So this video is going to be pretty short. Just kind of blow through the games and give you some lineups and help you out there. Weather concerns, don't have any, which is nice for once. We've had a couple iffy spots the last couple of days. So first game, we have the Mets and the Phillies. They just placed each other. These pitchers just saw each other. Philly got to Walker last time. Aaron Nola did pretty good against the Mets. So I think Nola's a decent mid-range pitcher. Walker, not really interested in. I think Philly's going to be the top stack here because Walker has struggled this season. Nola can give up some runs and stuff. The Mets really don't strike out, but I think that he did show enough against the Mets that I think that he is definitely viable to use. Twins and Orioles. I know the Orioles did put up some runs finally last night. I think Archer is a good cheap pitcher. I think he'll be fine there. He'll probably get you someplace in the teens for DK points, which is fine at that price. Watkins on the other side. I think, the Twins, this makes a really good matchup against him. So I think they're probably one of the top stacks on the slate right below Philly. Detroit and Houston, Skubal, he's actually not pitched bad. I think he played Colorado. I can't remember if it was cool or not, but he did pretty good there. So, but Houston is a pretty potent lineup. I think Altuve was day to day. I think he got injured or pulled early. So that might water down that lineup a little bit there, but still they're pretty good, especially against the left-hander. So, but he's been really good against lefties, so that might neutralize like Brantley, even Alvarez, who's usually good against both, and Tucker. So I think for a cheap pitcher, you could potentially go there. And Urquidy on the other side. Houston or Detroit does strike out, so I think below Nola in the mid-range, he'd be okay to play there. Bat-wise, Detroit, I mean, they're probably one of the cheaper stacks, but there really isn't like a super cheap stack. We said Baltimore today. And Houston, I think if you wanted to stack them, that's fine, but I'd probably just like some more of the right-handed bats as one-offs there. Marlins and San Diego, Luzardo and Martinez. Luzardo's been good to start the season. San Diego doesn't strike out a ton at the top of the lineup, maybe more towards the bottom. So I think, he'd be a decent pitcher there, but probably like some of the guys a little bit better. Martinez, I'm putting on my fade list. He's just not been solid to start out the season. Lots of walks, hard contact. So I think the Marlins make a decent stack. Tampa Bay and Seattle, both pitchers, I think are going to be highly owned here. A lot of people are probably leaning Robbie Ray. I actually like McClanahan on the other side as the top pitcher. And I think an interesting leverage stack would be the Tampa Bay righties against Ray from some things I've seen. I'll probably be on an island for that one, but kind of like it there. Seattle bats, I think, would just be a leverage against McClanahan, but I think both pitchers are in really good spots there. And then finally, you have St. Louis and San Francisco. Miakolis against Webb. Miakolis hasn't been a great pitcher. San Francisco can match up with him. I think they're finally getting like Yaz and some of these. I don't think Belt's back yet. I think he's got a couple more days on the COVID list. But Jock is back, so they can definitely throw some lefties at him there. So I think San Francisco is a decent stack also. Probably my fourth favorite of the top stacks. And then St. Louis, Webb is a good pitcher, but he's against all right-handed lineups. So that's I think for 9-4, I don't know if I can get enough out of him. So I think I'd put him between McClanahan and Ray on that. And St. Louis, again, with an all right-handed lineup against a decent right-handed pitcher, then they'd probably be like a GPP stack, but that's about it. So like I said, for pitching, like McClanahan's like number one. I think a lot of the industry is going to be on Ray against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay can strike out there, but I do like some of the right-handed power bats against Ray there. So I'll put him as second. Webb against like a tough all right-handed St. Louis lineup. And then Luzardo, I think, against the Padres is good also. I might maybe consider Luzardo at 8.5 over Webb at 9.4. Nola in the mid range, I think, is good against the Mets, even though the Mets don't strike out. I think that he's got a decent matchup against them there. Urquidy against Detroit. Miokolis, I don't know if I'd really use him against San Francisco, but I think he's viable there. Cheap ones like Archer against Baltimore. I know Baltimore put up runs, so I think that would scare people off him, but I think he can get in the teens. That's where he needs to be. If Altuve is out of the lineup, Scoble makes a good choice there. And Watkins isn't horrible against Minnesota, but I think I'd take the other two cheap pitchers over him. And then under no interest in Martinez for San Diego or Walker for the Mets. So the top stacks looking at Philadelphia, Minnesota, Miami, San Francisco, GPP, Houston, righties, San Diego, Mets, and St. Louis. So in lineup build, like I said, I'm looking at Philadelphia. McClanahan, I think I'll drop down to Nola. But this is a very expensive stack, so you're going to have to put some cheap one-offs here. I don't think you can really stack in between here. It's hard, maybe a cheap Philly guy for like in the outfield or Gregorius to fill out your stack there. You're not going to probably get JT Realmutos in there, or you're really going to be scraping the bat, like probably playing any minimum player in the rest of your positions. The one lineup that I did kind of play around with this too is I did put Minnesota in there. And made Nola my SP1. I'd have to fade all the top pitchers tonight. And then I'd go through like Archer or Screwball and as my SP2. And I think they got me like, I think I still had a punt catcher, but then, I could get like Polanco, Correa, who finally hit a home run last night, and Buxton in there. And that kind of worked out as a stack there. So GPP, like I said, I'm going to be completely off here. I'm going to play Webb. I might play Luzardo too, give me a little bit more money. Either one of those is the GPP pitcher I'm fine. But I'm going to go with a cheap guy like Scoble or Archer is my SP2. I think I'm going to go with Archer, keep like the former Tampa Bay player with the Tampa Bay stack. But I like these righties against Ray. And again, I'm probably going to be very low ownership. A lot of people are going to have Ray as their SP1 there. So Zanino, Harris Ramirez at first, Diaz, Franco, Arezarena. I think these right-handers are going to get to Ray. It's going to surprise a lot of people. And that's where I'm going with my GPP stack. And then I'm going to fill in with whatever positions have some good value there. I don't think there's a stack, but I don't think you have to go down to Baltimore or Detroit. I think you can get some good one-off. I'm going to try to probably get some Miami bats in there too, because like I said, they're in a really good situation. So again, not a great slate, but hopefully this helps you a little bit tomorrow or today, actually. So thanks for watching. Mike Ruler 31. As always, put some comments below. Reach out to me on Twitter at Mike Ruler 31 if you have any questions. I've met some new people this week. It's been good. Love interacting with like baseball and NASCAR for that. NASCAR, we've got a huge schedule. We got 3 races coming up, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So big weekend coming up to Kentucky Derby. Lots of things going on. So good luck to you in your contest today. Want more information on FSI DFS? Check out our bio below. And the information there in the description of the video has our link to our Discord and to our website. So thanks again for watching. Please give us a like, share your video with friends, and we'll see you next time.